We can take a few minutes, as always, before we start to focus on our posture and our breath. Never a bad time to focus that. And so as you're sitting in your chair, or even if you're just getting ready and listening, you can start thinking about your breath. I think that's one of the things that stresses us the most. We don't really take the time to appreciate our breath and to take that deep inhale. Feel everything open up. Feel how your body automatically gets taller. And with that exhale, just feel how the weight of the world can kind of fall away from you. So yeah, we're not always going to be in our perfect posture, but as we know, the more we practice it, the more it gets permanent. And then it's easier to catch ourselves when we are not in that good posture. So we can think about that a little bit right now. With that breath, get a head start on some of the people that might not be here yet. And I know not everybody will be signed in. Hopefully some people can pop in and out and then catch this later if needed. But it's important for us to take some time for ourselves. And also to clear our mind. I think that's the hardest part when it comes to yoga. And our mind is racing a million miles an hour. So if we can take a couple of minutes each day and just shut it down, close the mind, think about the breath, because otherwise our mind's going to wander to a million other things. We know that. I do have to remember to rewind, I guess, or start from the beginning, the music, so we'll have enough for our whole class. So if you want to, because I will check in the comments later, let me know, are you in your pajamas? Did you put makeup on? Are you having your coffee? Did you have breakfast yet? That's a loaded question because the answer should be yes. A little bit of fuel first thing in the morning. Now, lucky for you, I have a clock in front of me, so I will actually start on time for once. And a gentle reminder that tomorrow at 8 o'clock, I'll be doing the yoga again. Probably different because I can never remember what I do. And the stretch as well. So there's a few things I want to try new in the stretch. It didn't quite work out well if you were here on Wednesday morning because my wall is very close to me. So putting my leg out to the side did not work too well. But we live and learn, don't we? So last couple of minutes. So if you're already all set, you can sit back in the chair, start focusing on your breath. And if you're wondering exactly how do you do that, well, you take the breath and you try to see what areas you can feel moving as you take that breath. So as you inhale, yes, you'll feel the rib cage, you'll feel your chest rise, and you'll feel your body get taller, and you can focus on that part. And as you exhale, try to think about the core, the belly button, the abdominals coming in a little bit closer, give you that little hug in the midsection that not only helps to keep your organs safe and your posture tall, but also, hey, makes your waist look a little smaller. Who doesn't like that, right? But the more we can hold ourselves in this nice tall posture and draw those shoulders back. The reason why pulling your shoulders back feels funny is because your back isn't strong enough to stay there all day. So practicing is going to make a huge difference. Holding those muscles tight, teaching them that it's okay to stay back there. And that's the other thing we teach, and this is in the stretch class. We open a lot of the chest. We'll do it in this class too, because the chest pulls you forward. And that's part of why we have to strengthen the back. So I'm going to take a moment and go rewind so that we have music starting from the beginning. I think the music came out pretty well, so you'll let me know. Need the glasses so I can see it. Otherwise, who knows what I'm pushing. Okay, so I started the music over. The first, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. It's going to be very, very light. You're not going to hear much at all, so don't freak out if you don't hear it. It's okay. I kind of figured I would talk a little bit, surprise, as it started. So I don't know. Technically, we got about 3 minutes or so. And where we're going to start is making sure that you've got the right chair, so you still have a couple of seconds to grab a different one if you have a choice. And if you didn't hear me before, the chair should be about the same width, kind of like we have in class. Mine kind of flares in the front. I will warn you, my chair is an older chair. It will make creaky noises. You probably won't hear it, but just in case. It might be my creaky bones or the creaky chair. But we also want to make sure we have the feet flat on the floor. And we can scoop back. And if you scoot back and sit all the way in your chair and your feet come off the floor, because sometimes chairs can be very deep, then it's okay to sit forward. If you've got any issues, soreness, tightness in your back, and you need that support, then by all means, go ahead and sit back. And what some people will do in our class that are shorter is they'll get a yoga block and they'll put their feet on top so their feet has that support underneath it. So that's also an option. But for right now, if you can, sit all the way back. Just relax. And one thing we can do before we get started, besides focusing on our breath, is our heel pumps. Remember those? Lifting the heels, lowering the heels, lifting and lowering. And yes, I know the habit is to lift the toes as well, but we don't need to do that right now. We focus on the heels, because if we start to lift the toes and alternate, we end up making a small range of motion that doesn't do either part of the body any good. So we'll do this heel pump, help that blood flow right back up to the heart where it needs to be. And as we do that, we can think about our posture and our shoulders pulling back. We can think about the stomach coming inward. Remember, you're still breathing. So as you exhale, you're still tightening those abdominals. Now we can also do just the toes by themselves. So just the toes, we lift them up as high as we can, and focusing on those shins, which kind of get a bad rap, because back in the old days we do too much and we would get shin splints, but we know now that they actually act as a shock absorber for our knees. So after a few heel pumps and toe lifts, also called tibialis raises, we should be ready to begin. So first off, Merry Christmas. Thank you for joining me. As you sit in your chair, I want you to think about the breath. Take that deep breath in and lengthen. Feel your head reach to the ceiling. Think about that headrest that you can gently push your head back against. And yes, the hands automatically rotate palms forward if your shoulder blades are pulled back and squeezing. And yes, your chest will automatically push forward. So take that breath, feel the rib cage open. As you exhale, feel the abdominals draw in. Deep breath. Exhale, press against the back of the chair if you want to, or if you can. Mine's a little far away from me, so I can't, but you can always take advantage of that, or just focus on your back muscles coming to meet your abdominals. And remember, your breath should be long and gentle. And on our next breath, we'll pull away from the chair and sit even taller, allowing a little more room for our rib cage to move. And remember, I'll remind you to inhale and exhale, but it doesn't mean you have to do it at that exact time. It's more of a reminder of taking those nice deep breaths. So with the next breath, I want you to take it deeply, raise the arms gently to the front. And as we come to the front, we'll just draw those shoulders back a little bit. We'll keep that stomach nice and firm. And with the next deep breath, you can exhale to the ceiling. And as these arms come up, we also want to pay attention to your feet. They should be flat on the floor. We'll think about where our arms are right now. They might be a little in front of the head, and we're going to work on getting them back a little further towards the wall. So as you take a deep breath, reach a little higher, lifting the belly button to the ceiling. Exhale down. As you exhale down, you're pulling your shoulders to the floor, and we're going to work those elbows back to find the back of the chair, or maybe the wall, or wherever you can reach to. With that breath, we're going to return to our mountain pose, even taller, stronger. Using that breath to return our arms to the front. Taking that breath in, reaching overhead and focusing not only on the exhale, but on pressing the arms back and keeping that head against that headrest. We're not going to sit the chin forward. With that deep breath up, let's exhale a little bit to one side, just a little over that shoulder. And then take that inhale, exhaling over to the other side. Deep breath, we'll return to the center, and we'll exhale to pull the shoulders down, which brings the arms down and all the way back to the back of the chair, pressing those elbows back a little further. Using that breath to feel your shoulder blades engage and your stomach come in tightly. Return to your mountain. And with a deep breath, let's turn towards the left. Push the shoulders down and reach your head to the ceiling. Take a breath and allow yourself to relax here for a moment. Maybe turning more if it's better for you. And on your next exhale, we'll return to the center where we'll pause for a moment and reset that posture. Tall with the chest, fingers reaching to the floor. Deep breath, exhale to the other side, to the right. You want to make sure that your neck is comfortable, so you don't have to look over your shoulder. But you do want to drop the shoulders and keep it comfortable. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, coming back to the center, I'm going to scoot forward a little bit, and you might need to if you have a little room behind your chair or need a little room behind your chair. I'm going to do a stretch for the neck, the trapezius, just to help loosen things up. So we're going to take that right arm right behind you. And we're going to scoot it behind you as far as you can that's comfortable on that shoulder. And you might even have your fingers peeking through the other side. And as we do that, we're going to take a deep breath. And we're going to slowly allow that right shoulder to come back as we lift upward. And then from here, we'll take a breath and we'll let our head drop over to the opposite side, so towards the left side. Often we do this without the arm behind the back, which is also great. This one just gives us a little more stretch from the neck through the shoulder. And as we take our breath, think about that shoulder slowly dropping to the floor as your head just relaxes. Another deep breath, and as you exhale, we'll slowly bring that head to center, always being gentle with our neck. And we'll release that arm for now. Let it come right back and reset our posture. Take a breath. Bring those arms out. Exhale, push the thumbs back. Take a breath, bring them up higher. Keeping that head steady over your spine. Those arms should be a little bit back further. Deep breath, exhale them down. Pulling the elbows back to the back of the chair before we release them into your mountain. Nice and tall. Using your next breath, we're going to take that left arm right behind you. Now, it might reach through the other side. If it's very tight in front of your shoulder, you might only want it here, or you might want to even leave it in your lap. So do what feels right for you. But as we get in this position, we'll draw that elbow back a little bit. Take a deep breath and we'll exhale, just letting that shoulder settle into that position because it is a somewhat intense stretch for that shoulder. And then with a deep breath, we'll exhale and let the head drop towards the right side. As we do that, if we are tight, that left shoulder is going to try to raise. So we want to make sure we keep it relaxed, almost pressing it gently to the floor. So taking that deep breath, exhale and think about that shoulder dropping to the floor as that head gently stays over to one side. Next breath, we're going to slowly bring that head back to the center, nice and gentle. And then we'll take our next breath and release that arm, bringing it back into our mountain pose. And in our mountain, we're going to bring those arms forward. And here we are strong in the core, pushing the shoulders back. And with a deep breath, we're going to open that diagonal. And we're doing that to open the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades to release that chest. Taking that breath, reach a little further and exhale those arms together, thinking of pulling the stomach in tightly. Take a next breath. Then we open the opposite diagonal, reaching those arms back, but keeping that spine long and steady, using that breath to squeeze and breathing when you need to. Next breath, we'll bring it in. Take a deep breath. Exhale, open up again to the opposite side. This time, open those fingers. You're squeezing the shoulder blades gently and opening the chest, but let's take those fingers, widen them, and then pull them back. As you take your next breath, think about pushing the palms away from your body. Feel the wrists and the forearms loosen out as we release those arms and bring them back to the center. Release to your mountain. Deep breath, bring it back up. And we'll open in the opposite direction. So reaching outward, opening up the fingers, taking a breath, pushing the fingers back and the palms away, maybe the pads of your hands reaching from you. We continue our deep breaths best we can, and exhaling, reaching, bring it back to the center and let it relax all the way down. So as we sit tall on our mountain, we can reach those fingers to the floor a little bit further, and we can maintain that position. Take a nice deep breath, and let's sweep those arms all the way to the ceiling. In our salute position, we want to squeeze the shoulder blades gently. We think about them supporting the spine, and we're going to bring those hands together. And from here, we'll take a breath and think about lifting the belly button to the ceiling, not just the shoulders, not just the upper body, but that whole belly button area and above. And then with a deep breath, we'll go ahead and sway towards the right. And we'll take a breath and we'll come back, swaying the other side. In our willow tree, our yoga willow tree, we are reaching to the sun. Those arms are slowly pushing back behind you to open up that chest further. And we're just gently allowing that low back to loosen a little bit. So as we come back to the center, we'll go to the opposite side one more time. And then we'll come center and bring those arms down. We start by dropping the shoulders and then slowly drop the arms. Whether you have the palms together or apart, it's up to you. And with a deep breath, we release those back to our mountain. Taking a deep breath again, let's bring those arms forward and begin a hinge, a gentle hinge with the arms parallel to the floor. Now, you can hinge a little bit or you can hinge a lot. You only do what's comfortable for you, but in this position, we want to draw the stomach inward to protect that lower back. And from here, we will raise the arms like we're trying to get out of a very deep chair. So in our chair pose, we can actually be high with the arms. Some people like to be lower. We can even be hinged more or stay high, but you choose what's right for you. Take a deep breath, rise up, press the heels into the floor right here. Feel your legs work. Deep breath, reach and pull it into your cactus. With that cactus pressing back, pulling the stomach in. Deep breath, bring it all the way into our side and release to our mountain. From here, you're going to either scoot back on the chair or stay where you are, or even scoot forward, but we're going to take those legs wide. Since my chair's a little wide, I'm going to come forward, but you work with your chair. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, but we're going to go with the wide stance right now. So with our wide stance, we're going to hold our hands outside those knees, and we're going to very gently press the knees against the hands, just enough to know that they are strong and in that position, and they're going to stay there. Taking our breath, we're going to raise those arms up all the way into our wide star. So we're actively pressing the thumbs back, always squeezing the shoulder blades and pushing those knees gently out to the side. Next breath, we open it up out to the side. Some more of our traditional star. And with a deep breath, we'll exhale and pull those shoulders in as we bring the arms to the front. And here, we'll let the palms face each other. Take a deep breath and begin that hinge. So nice and slowly. As we hinge, we're still pushing those knees slightly out to the side. We start to press the heels more into the floor. We keep that nice steady breathing. And yes, we will feel that inner thigh. With a deep breath, we can stay right here as we exhale, or we can come up into a wide chair. So with this wide chair, we are squeezing those shoulder blades together. We can actively push the feet into the floor and the knees outward, or you can keep it how it feels right for you. Taking a deep breath, exhale, and press the feet gently into the floor as we rise, tightening the stomach. Deep breath, open up to that star. Remember those knees are still pushing out. Next deep breath, pull that star in, elbows to your side. And as we take our next breath, we're going to go ahead and lean on one side and reach out. As we reach out, we're going to take that arm wherever it feels right to you. If going straight up to the ceiling feels good, then you do that. As we continue to breathe, we're going to push the shoulders away from your ears and think about lifting that side of the body so that that side comes away from the hips. You feel that lower back stretch. And as we take a breath, we'll slowly bring that down, returning it to the center, joining the other hand so that we can take a breath and pull it back and reset for a moment. Stomach tight, find those legs, hands outside your knees, gently push the knees into the fingertips. Just a gentle amount of pressure, and with a deep breath, exhale and hinge. However much of a hinge you want, bringing those arms straight out to the floor as we press the feet more onto the floor. Yeah, we're going to work more of those legs. We want to feel the back of the legs working, not the front. So keep the heels pressed into the floor. Take a deep breath and either stay here or exhale into your chair or your chair pose, because you're already in your chair. So with that chair pose, we're actively pressing the feet into the floor, pushing those arms back, and our next deep breath will help us rise by pressing the feet a little more into the floor and lifting that belly button to the ceiling. Deep breath, reach that belly button high. Exhale into your cactus, which has also turned us into goddess pose. So here we want to think about the shoulder blades pushing back, that deep breath opening up through the rib cage, that exhale tightening through not only the back but the feet. Think about your feet pressing into the floor using those leg muscles. Deep breath, elbows in. As those hands come in, we're going to shift towards your left side, bracing on this leg, and then reaching out and using our breath to slowly rotate that arm to wherever feels comfortable. When you get it to the point you want, we think about those shoulders pulling away from the ears as we inhale, and we can feel the body rise away from the hips, feeling that lower back stretch. Deep breath, a little higher. And then as we exhale down, we'll gently bring that arm back to the center and bring ourselves back up. And from here, we can walk the feet back together. Heel to toe will be the easiest way or the most relaxing way for your feet. And we'll bring ourselves a little towards the right side of the chair, and we'll let that leg go out to the side. So whether you want to sit all the way back in the chair or forward, I will leave that up to you. If it's more comfortable to have your leg supported, that's fine. So when this leg comes out to the side, we sit up nice and tall, and that foot can do whatever you want. Some people like it forward, some people have it out to the side. It just kind of depends on what feels right, but let it stay relaxed. We draw the shoulders back, and we're going to release that arm. We're going to go ahead and take this left arm straight up, With a deep breath, we're not only going to focus on reaching, but we're going to push it back. So let's remember that head is centered over your spine. Each breath is lengthening. And as we exhale, we're going to slowly let ourselves drift towards that extended leg. So slowly drifting to the right side. Without letting that arm move forward, we still want that arm to push back gently. And each breath we take, we're going to feel how that upper body lifts away from the lower back. We feel that over here through the side. And our next deep breath is going to find us reaching higher, straightening the body and pulling that stomach in as we bring that arm down. And we bring the other to meet it. And from here, we'll take in a breath. And as we exhale, we're going to extend those arms and begin to hinge forward into a one-legged chair pose. So remember, your chair pose can keep the arms parallel here, but it can also come upward into that traditional chair. Your head stays right between your arms and you're looking a little bit away. Your foot is pressed into the floor, so that left foot is working through the hamstring. Take a deep breath, rise up, pressing that foot a little bit into the floor to help you. As those arms push back, take a deep breath, exhale them open. Remember, the more we can push them back towards the wall, and the more we can squeeze our shoulder blades, the better it is for our shoulders. From here, take a deep breath, exhale into your triangle. So as we slowly bend over towards that right leg, we extend the arms in opposite directions and we think about kind of opening up towards the sun. So we can push the arms straight back towards the wall, rotate a little. We can also think about our body moving itself back towards the wall too. There's different things you can feel here. So take a breath. Feel how that body can do it for you just on the breath. And as we exhale, we'll rise back up. Nice and tall. And exhale to bring those arms in, to rest them on the chair and work that foot heel to toe all the way in. And as we come to the center, we'll go ahead and sit all the way back in the chair or wherever's most comfortable for you, because we're going to take that leg and we'll bring it up for our pigeon. Now, the pigeon can be a little challenging for some people, so if it's too much, place that leg right there in front of you and just leave it a little bit open. And remember, you're not married to this position. If it doesn't feel right when we're doing it, put that foot down and focus on your breath and leave that leg open. So for our pigeon, we draw those shoulders back and down, and we'll start with those arms forward. So we're going to move through our pigeon. Take a deep breath, lift the back away from the chair. Deep breath, we're going to hinge forward. And then next breath, we hinge up or reach up. Next breath, we bring down. Deep breath, exhale forward. Next breath, hinge forward. Feel that foot press into the floor. Deep breath, rise. Deep breath, exhale down, dropping those shoulders, pushing the elbows back. Use your breath to extend the arms one more round. Deep breath, exhale, hinge. Deep breath, exhale, rise. Use that foot for a little pressure into the floor. And then deep breath, exhale down those arms and use them to let that leg gently come over the top. And in this position, we'll reset that posture tall and take a breath and rotate towards the right side. So here we put that arm out to help brace us and rotate. You can also use your opposite hand to hold on to the chair. Your head should be comfortable, not trying to spin around to the other side. Deep breath, take your body to the other side. Drop the shoulders, lift that head, get that nice stretch in the low back. And then as we take our breath again and release, and we return to the center, we'll uncross that leg and we'll scoot a little bit forward. because we're going to take the leg to the other side. So now we're going to take your left leg out. Excuse me. We're going to adjust that accordingly, and let's accept the fact that our two sides are not going to be the same. So however this one wants to be comfortable, let it. If the knee wants to bend, that's fine too. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. But we are going to relax that left arm and bring the right one up. And the first thing we think about is pushing it back, keeping that head centered over the spine. And with a deep breath, we'll lift the body to the ceiling. And then we'll begin to exhale and slowly fold a little to the side. Taking that next breath whenever you're ready, and feeling how it pulls your body, your upper body, away from the hips, so that whole part of your back, right into that low back, is lifting away and stretching gently. We always want these stretches to be gentle so the body can accept it and keep it. Deep breath again. Let that exhale go. And then we'll slowly rise, reaching to the ceiling, still lifting our body upward. And as that arm comes down, we'll bring the other one in to meet it. Drawing those shoulders back. We'll take a breath and exhale forward. Next breath, we exhale into a hinge. And we press that foot into the floor. So yes, you want to work that heel into the floor. Feel your hamstring work a little bit. You can stay in the hinge or use your next breath to come up into that chair pose. Remember, in your chair pose, you are actively pushing back those arms, squeezing the shoulder blades, pressing that heel gently into the floor, so that on your next exhale coming up, press that heel into the floor and rise all the way up. So we use the legs with our upper body. Deep breath, open. Take a breath, exhale, pull those arms back, tighten through the back. Strengthen that back, and on your next breath, exhale into the triangle. So we will extend those arms, and as they reach in opposite directions, we're trying to rotate in the opposite direction or towards the ceiling or sun. And we can think about our body position. If we were against a wall, would our back be against the wall? Can we move our back a little bit back towards the chair and see if we feel something different in that lower back? So take another deep breath. Feel that body lift away from the hips as you extend those arms. And then on your next exhale, we're reaching to the ceiling. We're coming right back up, nice and strong, and then pulling in. Holding the chair so we can walk that foot heel to toe all the way in. It takes the stress off the leg rather than just dragging it inward. And we'll recenter if you need to, and bring this leg up. So we can begin our pigeon sitting all the way back in the chair, or you can be forward if you'd like, but we always want to reset our posture. So deep breath, we'll sit away from the chair nice and tall. Always realigning to that tall spine, head pushed back. With a deep breath, we'll exhale forward. Deep breath, begin that hinge, and remember, if the leg's not comfortable, just put it on the floor. Deep breath, rise. Belly button to the ceiling, not just your arms. Deep breath, bring it through, all the way through so your elbows almost touch the chair or the wall behind you. Deep breath, reach. Those shoulders stay down towards your hips. Deep breath. Start that hinge. Deep breath, rise. Push that foot into the floor. Use as much of your body as you can. Deep breath, exhale down. Pressing back. Use that next breath to extend forward. Pull your stomach in this time. Take that breath, exhale into your hinge, pressing that heel into the floor. Feel that hamstring work for you. And then deep breath, rise, belly button to the ceiling, foot presses into the floor. We're extra tall. And as we exhale down, we'll guide that pigeon leg over the top. We'll find our tall posture and take a deep breath as we rotate towards the left. Dropping the shoulders, lifting that head to the ceiling, making sure your neck is in a comfortable position. And then with a deep breath, we'll exhale all the way to the other side, dropping the shoulders, holding the chair if you'd like to help you. And then returning to the center. Will we take that leg off? Now at this point, I'm going to scoot a little bit forward on the chair, and you might want to do the same. We're going to turn to the left. Now here we're going to come into some warriors. You've got some variations. You can actually keep both feet right in front and focus on the upper body. You can take one foot a little bit to the side with the ball of the foot pressed into the floor. You can also extend that leg a little further back with the ball of the foot or the toe of the foot pressed into the floor. Or you can even extend that leg all the way until it's flat, like a warrior pose. Pick which one works for you. We're coming up, arms overhead. We press the arms back in warrior one. Right now we can have that tailbone a little tilted, but we've got that leg supported. With a deep breath, we're going to open up into warrior two. So with warrior two, you can look straight at me, or you can look straight out over the arm. It's going to be whatever is comfortable for you, and we are going to press the arms back. So when we take that breath, we're lifting the body, and then we're going to exhale, coming into reverse warrior. And in reverse warrior, we are actually reaching one arm to the floor, the other to the ceiling, and yes, the hips will come a little more forward. With that deep breath, we want to feel that leg open up. We want that hip flexor to stretch. And then with our next deep breath, we're going to exhale, and we're going to come into our extended side angle. So that elbow is going to brace. This arm is going to come up and reach. So as we do this, you take a breath. I want you to reach the arm in one direction and try to reach the leg, or think of the hips pushing away in the opposite direction. So nice deep breath, push away. Stomach is firm. On your next exhale, we come back up, and we'll extend that arm and come back to our warrior two. Nice and strong and long. And from here, we're going to go ahead and let those arms come down, and we're going to bring that leg in very gently. And we'll go ahead and bring it to the front here. And from here, we'll sit nice and tall, and we'll draw the shoulders back, and we want to take that left arm and reach it. And we're going to slowly turn around to the back of the chair. We'll move the other arm there, and we will rotate towards the back of the chair, keeping those shoulders down and that head nice and long. And then we'll release, letting one arm come off and then the other. And as we come back into the center, we will slowly walk our feet around. And you can touch the chair, or you can just use your butt cheeks to scoot each way. Once we return to the center and we reset our mountain, we're going to go ahead and exhale and go to the opposite side. So now as we shift to this side, same options. Feet can stay right here if that's comfortable. If you have maybe an issue with one leg versus the other, it can be out a little, it can be back, it can be further back. I'm actually going to scoot a little closer to the back of the chair and come over it because it's a little more narrow. So it's actually a little easier for me to be in this position, but it depends on your chair. So from here, we're actually going to begin with our warrior two. Actually, no, our warrior one, I'm sorry. So with our warrior one, we're pushing those arms back, we're lengthening. It's a strong position. We want to have that front heel pressing into the floor. With a deep breath, then we can come into that warrior two. Either looking straight ahead or wherever your neck is comfortable. But we want to think of that body lifting up, almost as if we were going to stand up right out of this chair. Take a breath. Exhale into that reverse warrior. So it's just a little reach to the ceiling, but when we extend that back arm, you want to feel that hip gently push a little forward. That's going to help shift the weight to the back leg and open up that hip a little bit. So keep that breath nice and long, reach a little higher, exhale forward, bracing on that leg. And then bringing the other arm up and over, for our extended side angle. So in our extended side angle, we're actually trying to rotate the body a little bit to the side. But we are reaching in one direction and reaching the leg in the opposite. So think about your body truly being cut in half as we inhale and we reach and we exhale, we extend. And our next breath is going to bring us back up into that warrior two, nice and balanced. Deep breath, exhale down, bring that leg in, and depending on what position you are in your chair, bring your legs back around to the front so we can turn and have both legs over here on the side. And we're just going to do a gentle rotation stretch. So nice and tall, reach that right arm out, find the back of your chair, let the other find the outside and slowly rotate. Think about the head staying tall, shoulders dropping down. With a deep breath, we'll exhale forward, releasing both hands back to the front, and then we can use them and our legs to walk our way right back around to the front of the chair. And from here, we are going to scoot ourselves all the way back into our perfect mountain posture. Excuse me. And with a deep breath, we can exhale forward. And as we exhale forward, we'll draw those shoulders back, and we're going to bring those arms back up overhead. As we do this, we will then release them, and we will see how far back they are. So when we began, they probably started a little in front of your head. Our goal is to get them back a little further, because that means we can actually sit nice and tall. Exhale into a cactus. Pull that stomach in tightly. Take that breath and bring that cactus down. Arms to the front and return to your mountain. So from here, we're going to scoot a little bit forward, maybe about halfway in your chair. And we will return to our mountain pose. Because now as we exhale and we hinge slightly, we'll bring those arms out to the thighs and we'll let them rest. And we're going to try to keep the back flat, but if your back rounds a little bit, we'll be okay with that. From here, we're going to just relax those arms. And with a deep breath, we'll exhale and bring both elbows over towards your left knee. And as we let those arms rest on that knee, both elbows on the knee, we take a breath and we feel that upper back open apart from the spine. Release. Nice long exhale. So take that breath again. Feel how just that breath opens and widens your upper back. And then just let it relax. And then next breath, we'll return to the center. And we'll try to lift that chest a little and pull those shoulders back before we go to the other side. So take a deep breath and exhale over to the other side where you're just bringing that elbow towards the knee. If it doesn't make it to the knee, that's fine. It can stay somewhere in between. Our main goal is to have those arms together. That way, as we take a deep breath, we can feel those shoulders push away from the spine. And then we can just let it relax and sink into it. Remember, it's about the breath. We take a deep breath here and we let that do the stretching for us. And then we just relax, let your body settle and accept that stretch. On this breath, we're coming back to the center. And from here, we're going to draw those hands back and we're going to gently press the chest forward. And we're going to pull the elbows back behind you. Take a breath and rise, keeping those elbows in close to your side. And as we get back to the top, returning to our mountain, we're going to just widen those legs a little bit, coming back to our wide mountain. And from here, we'll bring those hands to the thighs, and yes, you can gently push the knees out to the side. But with a deep breath, we're going to take your right arm all the way over here to your left knee. And we're going to try to either plant the hand on top or maybe outside. or maybe on the front, wherever feels right for you. And we're going to let the other arm relax. As we do that, we'll have a slight rotation. So we're gazing over that knee with our chest up. And then with a deep breath, we're going to return to the center. And push those arms to the floor, lengthen that body. Take a breath to the other side. And wherever this hand wants to go, inside, top, or outside. We're reaching the left arm to the floor, and we're actively thinking about this shoulder staying away from the ear as we rotate a little bit. So it's not huge, it's just subtle for that lower back. And then with a deep breath, we'll return to the center, and we'll allow those hands to come mid-thigh. And with a deep breath, we'll exhale and we'll hinge slightly. As we do this, we want to press a little bit into the floor, keeping the heels pressed into the floor. And we'll slide those hands to the knees. And then we'll bring the elbows down. So as we come down with those elbows, we want to keep those shoulders pulled back, but we're going to have more pressure into the heels. And we'll bring those hands together here. And with a deep breath, we'll exhale and shift all the way over both arms to one side. So right here we will start to lean, and then we will take that elbow and we'll slowly rotate to the ceiling. And if we want to, we can stay right here, or you can release that left arm and take it straight up to the ceiling. So whatever's most comfortable for you. No matter what, we're taking a breath and we're trying to feel that body move away from that lower back. And then we'll exhale that arm down and slowly return it to where it started. And we'll bring ourselves back to the center. And it's quite a deep stretch there, more than you realize until you come out of it. So let's take those arms onto the thighs and gently press upward and return to our wide mountain. Reset everything. Always starting in our perfect posture to get us better stretches. Deep breath. We'll exhale those arms, leaving them right there on the thighs as we go ahead and come over onto that other side. We'll get those arms over, whoops, and then we'll slowly come out and bring the opposite arm up. Not as much setup on this side, you know where you were going. But we use that breath to reach and extend a little further. And then we'll release down, finding that other hand. And we won't dilly-dally there, we'll come right back to the middle. And with these legs wide, we'll draw those hands outward. And we'll slowly press up to the center. Nice and long. We'll walk those feet in, heel to toe. And then we'll adjust ourselves. We can even scoot back, squeezing that one butt cheek and then the other, helping to release that lower back. And as we sit in our mountain pose, we exhale and we draw those lower abdominals in. But we can also think about that head drawing backwards gently, keeping that spine long. And then of course our feet pressing gently into the floor. So we have our whole body working here. As we take a deep breath, we can exhale and slowly let that head drop to the left side again, reaching those fingers to the floor. Thinking of those shoulders pushing away gently. And as we slowly bring our head back to the center, we'll pause for a moment to reassess what our mountain pose is. Nice and long and tall, and take a breath, and we'll let the head fall to the other side. And as we return to the center, we're going to take those arms, reach them back. Depending on your chair, you might be able to find the back of the chair and hold on to it. But if you don't or can't, it's okay. We extend those arms behind you. We're pressing the chest forward. And as we do this, we're actively reaching those arms behind you, but keeping your head pressed back over your spine. And yes, you're falling into that little hinge. And as we release, we come just right back to our mountain, opening that up. Deep breath, exhale, and do that again. Press the back of the arms to the ceiling as you slowly press your chest to the floor. Think of the shoulders pushing from your head. And then with a deep breath, exhale up, lifting chest high. We're doing this to help strengthen the back and the abdominals. We'll do one more time. Rotate those palms so they face the back of the room. Deep breath, exhale, hinge. You can hinge as far as you want, or maybe not barely at all. It's up to you, but the focus here is on those arms pressing towards the ceiling. We stretch the bicep, the chest. We keep that head centered where it's supposed to be. And then we take a breath and we release, lifting that chest, pulling the stomach in, using that lower back to bring us back into our mountain pose. So from here, we have a nice, perfect posture. We've opened up our chest. We've reminded our back of how it feels to be strong and in the right position. We've loosened up our neck and our shoulders, and definitely our lower back. And we brought some awareness into our legs, into the hamstrings and the glutes, and reminding them that just a little subtle pressure through the heels can help them strengthen. So we'll take a deep breath and we'll bring those arms all the way up to the ceiling, knowing that they are going to go further back than when we started, because once we open up that chest and loosen up that lower back, we can sit taller. With a deep breath, we'll reach out to the side, remembering to press those arms back a little more each time, knowing that that protects our shoulders. And as we take our breath and we bring down the arms towards the back of the chair into our mountain pose, we're actually squeezing those shoulder blades and pulling the belly button in at the same time. So in our mountain pose, take a deep breath. Exhale. Feel the abdominals pull in and that low back pull in to meet the abdominals at the spine. Deep breath. On this next deep breath, we can bring those hands right up to your heart and press them back overhead, opening up that chest one more time, because that's where we get tight and we want to keep it open. Deep breath into a cactus or Christmas cactus. Pressing the elbows back, feeling that body line. And then we'll take a breath and exhale in. Releasing it all the way down. We'll take a moment just to focus on your breath and feel how as you take that deep breath, your body expands, it opens up, it gives more room for your internal organs to do their job. So it takes more stress off your body. And as we exhale, that awareness flows through the body and we can feel and appreciate each muscle a little bit better. So I hope you've gotten some loosened up, or at least some stress release here. Maybe remember some of the positions. You can do them later in the day, or come back to this chair yoga and do bits and pieces when you can. But I thank you so much for joining me today. And as we take another deep breath and relax one more time, make it a great day. Thanks for being here.